Sid, in Spain, this is a big deal, this award, isn't it? A lot is written about it. The media are obsessed by the Ballon d'Or. So with regards to Luka Modric winning it, will they be satisfied?
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very pleased indeed. Bear in mind, obviously, the media is Spanish-focused and in particular, perhaps a bit more Real Madrid-focused than Barcelona-focused at national level, although, of course, there are differences from place to place. I think as well, I mean, I remember very clearly speaking to Michael Owen about this. When did he win it? In 2001, I think it was. And him saying that Gerard Houllier had to kind of really impose upon him just how important this was. That Michael Owen his attitude was kind of, oh, great, thanks, that's nice. And no, Michael, you don't realise how big this is, because in Spain, for a very, very long time, this has been a very, very big award. It's been a focus of a huge amount of debate, and I think it's now the case all over the world. But Spain was doing this kind of a decade ago. So yeah, this is very big, very significant from a Spanish point of view. Very significant the fact that it's not Messi or Ronaldo for the first time in a decade. And in that sense, I think from Real Madrid's point of view, it's very satisfying, because of course you lose that player who was your best player in the world, and you get another one who's still your best player in the world, according to this vote. I must admit, there's a little bit of me that like everyone in the studio, just kind of doesn't really mind one way or the other, isn't really bothered by this, and almost in a way would kind of quite like the idea of, let's, instead of looking for the flaws in it, let's say, yeah, there's a great player, good luck to him, he won the award. It's nice, I suppose, in a way as well, isn't it, to say, let's measure this award not just on the goal-scoring statistics, let's measure this award on something else. And there's no doubt that over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been quite a lot of fun watching Luka Modric play football.
So then, Sid, River Boca at the Santiago Bernabeu. How's it been received in Spain?
Well, I mean, as always with these things, it kind of depends who you talk to. I think the fundamental thing is the Spanish have watched what happened over the first 2 games, or the attempted first 2 games. They've watched it unfold. There's obviously a kind of a certain closeness to Argentinian football, a certain degree of interest. And I think what's happened is there's then reached a point at which the Spanish have for the most part, tended to assume that, OK, if there has to be a solution, and that solution is to bring it here, well then great. And this has been something that's been largely quite welcomed, I think, in Spain. In some quarters, it's even been, I would go so far as to say, it's been celebrated. It's almost been treated as a huge success, another great game for the Santiago Bernabeu, another thing for Spanish football to be proud of, which I must admit sticks in the throat a little bit. I think you can see it as a good thing to help out. You can see it as a good thing to offer your stadium up, but I don't think you can celebrate the idea that you've effectively taken the biggest final of South American football and put it in Europe. I don't think you can celebrate the idea that somehow you're going to do it better, or you're going to do it especially well. And at times that I think has sat a little uneasily. I think there are a lot of people in Spain, of course, who are uneasy about this. But I think for the most part, from a purely Spanish point of view, and obviously it's worth stressing that this isn't the Argentinian point of view, from a purely Spanish point of view, I think most people think that this will be an enormous occasion, if not, of course, by definition, what it was supposed to be.